All right, so today we are going to be doing our quarterly refresher. We are going to be going over our designer calendar templates. Now, we did make some changes. There are a little bit of changes, so it's going to be nice for you to watch and see how we do that. We're also doing a review on some updates to our designer displays area, apologize, on how you can schedule your slides or videos, and we'll go over a little bit more on that. And then we have a whole new update to our photo library with photo albums and tags. And then we have just a couple little updates. So a lot to do today. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to jump right into our calendar templates here. So something new that we have just implemented in the last couple days is for starting in August, you are going to get a different template in your templates section. And this is going to just need a couple little changes every month, but it's not going to be terrible. You're going to have just a couple things that you just need to update, and we're going to go over those. So I am inside of LifeLoop. I am in my designer area. So I clicked on my designer tab and I clicked on templates. Now this is where all of your templates are going to live. So these are all corporate approved, marketing approved, slides and calendars for you guys. They all live in here. So right now you guys get a monthly calendar that will show up in here that has the month and year provided for you. So we have updated that to where you guys are going to be updating that part yourselves. So we have 3 different templates that you're going to see, but not yet. You won't see them until beginning of July because it's not going to be implemented until August. So keep that in mind. If you say afterwards, I don't see those, they're not there yet. So your very first one will be this, what's happening August. Now we do have these built out particular to how each month is, the calendar is set up. So we have August and November on the same template. We have September and December on the same template, and we have October on the same template. So you can see which month it is. If you hover your mouse over, this little caption populates that tells you the full description of it. And that's important, especially for memory care, because it's a little bit harder to see the full length of it. So if you hover your mouse over, you can see, okay, this one is for August and November. So keep that in mind when you're going in for August. That's going to be your first one. We'll just go over August. What you're going to do is I'm going to find my August one. So I found my August template here. You guys will have these templates earlier than I thought. So keep that in mind. You will have these a little bit earlier. So I'm going to click on this. So if I click on this template right here, I'm going to create my August one. And it's going to populate my project name. Now this gives me a completely blank calendar so I can add in those activities. And I'm going to make sure that I just rename this August. So later on, I know this isn't August and November. This is just my August one. Then I need to select my level of care that this is for. And I create my project. So now I have my blank template here for August. There are a couple things that you need to edit, and you will see that they are in red. So we do lock in some areas that you need to make sure are edited before you are done with it. So first I can either click on the highlighted up here on this left-hand side, which then puts that area in these red dots in this square circling it. And then that means the editor for that section is populated on this right-hand side. So I need to change this month. The 2022 is fine, but I just need to change the month. Take note, month is written in all capital letters. So please make sure that you are putting it in all capital letters. So we have August 2022. As simple as that, that's all you have to do. You don't need to change sizing, font colors, anything like that. You keep it just like that. The next thing I need to do is I need to pull over the calendar. So I'm going to click on calendar here. It doesn't have red, but you do need to pull over your activities. So I have it selected on this left-hand side and it gives me the red dots. And then on the right-hand side means my calendar editor is pulled up. So right here under select calendars, I'm going to select my activity calendar. So what's happening? Kristen, it's very, very hard to hear. It's very light. Are you able to type the message or a little bit closer? So for my what's happening, so I pulled over my calendar. I have my activities here. Always check your start date because we are doing templates that are made for multiple months, such as August and November, like this one. Double check your start date that it is selecting the correct month. So I'm going to click here. I'm in August 2022, and I want it to start on the absolute first. Now I have this going all the way through the 20th, and we'll take note of that on our next page. But it looks like this day has my warning symbol, so I do need to make this day a little bit smaller. This is a newer update, is our customized day activity is not going to populate in the middle of the screen anymore. It populates on the right-hand side. So if I click on this, it is now over here. So I'm going to make just this one day a little bit smaller so everything can fit. All right, then I'm going to go on down to my next page. I'm scrolled down here, and then I have the final 2 weeks of the month. Now take note, this one ended on the 20th, so this one needs to start on the 21st. So I'm going to click on the calendar. You can click here or the highlighted on this left-hand side. And over here on this right-hand side, I need to pull over my calendar. And the start date auto-populated to the 21st, which is perfect. But always double check that again based on what months you are using this template for. I'm going to click here and just double check that is the correct date I want. And now we also have an end date. Now this is brand new. They just rolled this out yesterday for you guys and it's awesome. So we know that this month ends on the 31st and there's days still populating in here. We don't have to hide those anymore. We can hit this end date and state that we want it to end on the 31st. And now those days have been removed out of here. So that is brand new, very exciting. You guys don't have to make those disappear anymore. So on this template, you also need to change the month and year. Again, it is in red over here, so you can either click here or click directly on the month and year. And we need to adjust this in this text box as well. So August, all capital. And I noticed also this is in red, so I need to edit my birthdays, and the instructions are written directly in this box for you. So please read these instructions as it is already populated and you just need to pull over the month. So it says click here and select the start date, and this will populate the box with the residents' birthdays. But if you have no birthdays, you can delete this box and the header. So I'm going to click here. And on the right-hand side, start date. Again, this is highlighted also, birthdays. And I'm going to change my start date to August. And I do have some birthdays. So now I have my birthdays in there. Everything looks good. If I didn't have birthdays, remember that. If I didn't have birthdays, you can click and up here on the left, right-hand side, delete, or click and delete. So you do have those options for your birthdays. I'm going to hit undo here. Anytime that you guys make a mistake or do something you didn't want to, we always have the undo button. Keep that in mind. If I look over here, nothing is in red anymore, which means I have completed those things that were necessary. I have all of my calendar activities in here and I have location key, birthdays. I am set. That is your calendar template for August. So I want to go over a lot of those important things I did again. We updated our month every on the top here on both of the weekly calendars. So I clicked here and in my text box, I changed this to the month in all capital. I also did that on this page. I clicked here and I edited this text box to say month. I pulled over my birthdays, not by deleting this, not by using a different component. I just clicked in this box and selected the start date. Easy, simple. If it says no birthdays, that means there's nobody's birthday pulling from the resident list, then you can delete this by hitting delete and delete this birthday box right here as well. If this is, let's see here, memory care. Memory care does not have a location key. So keep that in mind. It is just for AL and IL. And that is it for templates. I'm going to go back and use my little arrow here. Show you guys again. I'm in Designer in the templates area. So now you guys will start coming in here. It looks like your August calendars are due for review in July. So keep that in mind. We will get these out pushed for you sooner than expected. So when you are making that August one, look for what's happening August, November. Edit the title when you guys click on it to just say August and start your August calendar from there. Do we have questions on our new Designer templates?
This is Molly. I just wanted to add that, team, the reason for this addition is just to make it more simpler for you to begin working on your calendar design sooner now that we've sort of expedited the process. So, of course, the designed calendar for August will be due on July 1st. So you'll have access to this editable calendar, you know, within the next couple of weeks. And yeah, so you won't have to wait any longer to sort of receive that month's template. And then if you all have any issues with your logo being incorrect or anything like that, please reach out to support, right, Erin? Because I think we had a few of those this past month. But if you don't see your banner with your correct logo, reach out to support and we can get that fixed.
I'm going to put that email in the chat as well, support@ourlifeloop.com. Absolutely. If you stumble upon anything that you need help with, definitely let us know. And yeah, if your logo's off, absolutely, we'll get that fixed for you. All right, so we will jump right into the next part, which we're going to do displays next, and go over the scheduling option that is new. So I want to go over first your templates in here. You do have these single slide options that marketing has approved and provided for you. You also have your slideshow option. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to filter this by slideshows here. So it just shows me all of my templates for slideshows. So you have lots of options they provided. Now, if there is something that you wanted, particular, a photo, things like that, you do need to send that to your marketing team to approve first. So you can't just make some random templates. Make sure that you're reaching out to them and they will put one in here for you. So first I'm going to create a slide here just to give you guys an example of what this is going to look like. So we do have our display master. That is going to be your full display with all of your slideshows. And then we have our single slides here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click on this master right here. And I'm going to name it after myself so I remember to delete it. And select which level of cares this is going to be associated with. Now this part does matter because when you get to your displays area, if you are selecting independent living as the level of care that display is associated with, this slideshow won't pull over. So please keep that in mind. Once I hit create project, I have all the slides that are approved from marketing that I can go through and choose. Add some things to, if you have music, things like that that you want to add. It's nice and easy. You can click into this area and just easily type in on this right-hand side. So it works the same as our other areas in our calendar. You just need to select the option and go over here. This for all different areas, please take note, we do have the warning symbols for anything that definitely needs to be edited before that slide is complete. So I see this warning symbol here. It says click this text box. Make sure you click here and actually edit that information. So now I have, I can insert my photos, the fun things that you're having, choose an image. So make sure you're filling out your slideshow completely. And once you are ready, area, I have my, in my projects, my slideshow master. For my templates, if I wanted to just have a single slide kind of stand out a little bit more, so if we wanted to have water aerobics put in there, I have this water aerobics slide right here I can click on and use. I'll also name this Erin. Now these are literally single slides. There's only one slide, one page to it. It's not a full project. And I can click here and just add the date and time for this water aerobics. So once I have that done, so now right now I have my master, I have my single slide. It's time to put them into my display. I'm gonna go to my display here. You do have one that's pre-created for you. So I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. This is what it would look like. You have your full display in here. I'm gonna make a new fake one just so I don't wanna mess up their display on their TV. So your display name, everything is already provided for you from corporate. So you guys don't need to mess with this or the colors. I'm gonna create my display. All right, so I'm gonna insert my content here. All I did was click right here. I said insert new content, and I'm gonna pull over my designer slideshow. So I clicked on Life Week Designer Project and slideshow. Again, my Erin master display. And this is where scheduling and reoccurrence are provided for you to set those options. So if you wanted this slide or slideshow to only appear on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can set up a reoccurring pattern to only happen on every week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every 4 days, just on the weekend. If you have a movie slide just for the weekend, you can set those up to appear however you would like. But the new thing is scheduling a time. So right now, I just want this master to continuously go. We always want this one, no matter the time, no matter the day, this one is going to go. So I'm just going to hit insert content. That means this is always playing in a loop. It will just continuously play. If I hit insert new content here, I can insert just that single slide. So I'm going to hit insert project and find that slideshow single slide. So now I want this to just appear at a certain time. Maybe I want it to only go from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. That way, it's only showing when it's supposed to. Maybe you have a lunch slide or something that you want to appear only at lunch. It's up to you how you want to schedule those times. But you can schedule that slideshow maybe to only appear during that day time. Or maybe only on that one day. I only want it to appear on the 13th and then be gone on the 14th. I'm gonna have apply changes. This is only appearing on the 13th. It'll be done the 14th, and it's only gonna appear from 2 to 4 today. I'm gonna insert that slide. You can also do video. And this is where it's going to come in handy for you guys. Have a meditation video in your feeder. You can have exercise classes in your community room on days off that you guys aren't there. You could stream music in your bistro during social activities. That's just a couple examples. So how you would insert a video is I'm going to insert new content. I'm going to go to video here. And the first thing it asks for is a video URL. So how I'm going to find that? I'm going to go to YouTube as my example. And I'm going to type in Life Loop, some random video, or maybe meditation. We'll do meditation. We'll pull up a meditation video. So I have this meditation video right here. I'm going to click here. Pause this. I'm going to take this URL up here on the top. So I have this URL. I'm going to right click and copy it, or Control C. And I'm going to go back to LifeLoop and paste that video URL right in here. As simple as that, just pull it directly from the top of that video. And now I have my meditation video in here. So now is when you would set up those reoccurrence and those times. So we want a meditation to appear every Saturday when I'm not there. To set up recurrence, we're going to do weeks, every week on Saturday from this date to this date. I hit apply changes, and then I'm going to schedule the time. So every Saturday, this video is only going to play from, we'll say, 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. I'm going to actually adjust this just so I can show you guys what this looks like. It's Wednesday. We'll apply changes, we'll do Wednesday, and we're going to say that this is only going to go from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. Okay, so maybe a meditation is happening every single Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and you want it to auto play. It's just going to start on your TV when you want it to. So I'm going to insert the content here. And now I have it in my rotation here. And exactly 11 o'clock, this video would start. It's already past 11 o'clock, but we'll move it up here.
Yes.
So now we have our video. It's automatically going to play at those times and that date. So if I set it for noon, it would automatically start directly at noon, this video.
The meeting van today is transport impossible.
So you should be using these schedulers. You should be using these reoccurrence to set them as you would need. Keep in mind, you can have them go until an infinite amount of time that day at midnight and go until 2 p.m. It will start at midnight and go till 2 p.m. So you can set your patterns as you would like, but if it is left empty for the time, it will play all day that day. Do we have questions on the new scheduling option for displays?
I was just going to add that the schedule slide is really helpful for new resident move-ins. So, you know, if you wanted to schedule your slides ahead of time and sort of tee yourself up for those welcome new resident slides on their specific move-in day, or, you know, 2 to 3 days after they've moved in, that's great. The same thing could be said for our movie time slide, to be able to, you know, have those sort of preset at the beginning of the week to stream, you know, on the specific day that your film is showing. So just wanted to remind everyone, those are a couple more use cases that are really helpful. You know, it kind of allows you to do a lot of the computer type stuff on one day of the week and schedule all your slides and then not even think about it again the rest of the week. So it's really helpful. Thanks for adding that, Erin and LifeLoop team.
I'll let the development people know that. All right, so next we are going to go into our very new update, which is photo albums and tags. So that in our photo library area. Okay, so now in our photo library, we have the option of creating our own custom albums, so like a folder for your pictures, as well as tagging a photo so that you can easily find things that you're looking for. And this is permission based. So we do have these brand new permissions for photo albums and tags. So it used to be a view and manage photo library. Are you able to hear me now?
We can, Erin. You just cut out for about 4 or 5 seconds right when you started talking about the albums, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we have our permissions now that are dedicated to photo albums and tags. And what I would say is most comparable to what was previous the permission is the create and categorize. Now you have the option to manage photo albums and tags. And I would say you shouldn't give everybody the permission to manage photo albums and tags. You don't want it to get too messy. You don't want everybody creating all these random tags, all these random albums. So giving that permission out to just the people that actually need to create those. And most of your staff are probably already going to auto-populate to this create and categorize photos. So if somebody doesn't need this permission, be sure to get in here and just take that away and give them just the view photo gallery if that's what they need. For the view photo gallery permission, they can see the pictures, but they can't download them and they can't add any photos. This is just viewing what is in there. We have the create and categorize is they can add a photo and they can also add this photo to an album as well as add a tag to a photo. For the manage photo albums and tags, they can do all of these things as well as create a photo album and create a tag. Now we're going to get into what those actually mean. But we do have these permissions outlined for you in our learning community. That's our question mark over here on this right-hand side. Anytime you need any information, this is a great place to start. Go to your staff management and get into this permissions in detail. In this document, if you go down to page 8, I guess you're right. We have all of the permissions outlined for you for this new photo albums and tags. It tells you what they are able to do. And that way you can make sure your staff has them only given the permission that they need. So I'm going to go into the photo library. And I have the full manage permission. And I'm going to show you guys, that means that I get this new album and manage tags button up here. So the first thing is you're going to have 6 pre-created albums that are life loop albums. And you'll see these little life loop albums on the bottom. So they're your first 6 albums, no matter what. So you'll have all photos, and that is every photo that is uploaded will live in all photos. You have activity uploads. These are photos that are uploaded directly into an activity in your calendar, your activities area. We have resident uploads, so photos that are uploaded by residents themselves. Staff uploads, photos that have been uploaded by staff members. Connection uploads, photos that have been uploaded by connections. And then your designer uploads, any photos that you have uploaded into this designer area will live in this designer uploads. After that, these are all custom albums. These are ones that you can create. So these won't even show for you until you create them. These are just ones that we have personally created ourselves. And you can search up here for a particular album. So if I type in the album name, I can filter that out. So to create a brand new album up here on the top, I think there's already an events one. Sorry, it's here. Cutting out again. So the first thing you need to do is add an album title. So I'm going to type in some title that I have for this album. So we will say winter. And there's usually events, pets, levels of care that this album is associated with. So you could have albums that are just for memory care, albums that are for all levels of care. And then I'm going to hit create. So now my album is down here on the bottom. I can edit that if I hit this little gear setting on this right-hand side. I can change the name of it or say maybe it's not in that right level of care and remove it. Now, there are 2 different ways that you can add a photo to an album. So I'd say the easiest way is going directly into the album. So I'm going to go into this winter album, and up here on the top, I can add a photo to winter, to this album. I'll go into my pictures, I'll upload a photo. I don't think I have any that are actually that. This is Poppy, one of our office dogs. And now my photo lives in this area. So if I view this image, it also shows me on this left-hand side any albums that this photo is in. I can add it to other photo albums as well. And then I can hit save. So I'm gonna hit this little arrow back here, show you guys now that photo lives not only in all of my photos, but it also lives in my pets that I added it to, and it lives in my album that I just added it to. So that's a nice, easy way to get it to multiple albums or just into the direct album. You can also add a photo from this main gallery page. So if I hit add photo, and I add my picture, we'll add Dame. Nothing populates right away. Just so you guys know, it's not going to pull back up. That way you can upload multiple at once, but it goes directly into all photos. Refresh. Bear with me here if your Wi-Fi is slow. Mine is a little slow today. There we go. All right, so my photo is in my all photos, and then I can add it to whatever albums I want by viewing the image and selecting the album over here and selecting save. Now this is where you're also going to see your tags. So I'm in all photos and I have a search bar up here so I can search by a specific tag. So I can search by pets and see what photos are tagged with the word pet. Or I can just click on the tag. So if I click on pets, it's going to filter everything to that tag. Click add filters and also pick any that are also tagged. To add a tag to, and down here on the bottom, I have an entire tags section. So these are all of my current tags that I have. And once I click on it, it populates right here. So I know that photo is tagged. You can also search if you have a whole bunch. And I can hit save. So now I have this photo tagged and in an album. Now to create the tags, up here on this top right-hand side, you'll see manage tags. Again, this is only with the full manage tags and photo album permission. I'll see all of my tags here. And I can just type in at the top and first, so I can either leave that here and hit create, which will then already give me that, hey, there's a similar tag. Do you still want to create this one? If I leave it blank and hit create, it just shows up blank until I type in, and then it will show me any similar tags. Once you have your tag created, you'll hit create, and now I have my brand new tag. If you do create two that are very similar, you can check mark them both. And up here on the top, under the selected, you can merge them. So any photos that are in either one of the tags can merge together. So I'm going to hit merge and select. I want them to be put into pets or animals. You can rename it whatever you would like. So I'm just going to name it pet. So now it's all in that same one. I can also delete if I wanted to. Bear with me here. If I wanted to delete one, I can check mark and hit delete tags up here on the right. You can edit these at any time, just hitting this little gear setting over here, where you can change the name and it will show you change from event to events. And you can also see what photos are in here just by selecting that and being able to go directly into the filters. So it should be nice and easy for you guys now to find the photos that you're looking for. You can search by a caption as well, you know, anything that you might need to find these photos. Everything else works the same. You can select multiple to clear them or delete them or download them. Do we have questions on our new photo albums and tags?
Me again.
Yeah.
Just wanted to add that, you know, everyone, we've not really given a lot of focus and encouragement to utilize the photos within LifeLoop, but I think now we're getting to a comfortable place within the platform that we can start to expand our usage. And where I see the photos being the most helpful is for all of us that have been adding connections. Because it's great for them to get that notification and be able to look at their loved ones' profile, especially residents in our memory care communities, to see what they're doing, what they're engaged in, you know, what their daily lifestyle is like. Of course, our social media isn't a place where everyone's photo lands, but LifeLoop can be. So this platform can really become sort of that scrapbook, you know, place where we can capture those day-to-day moments for our families to take a look at. So that's really where I see this being the best use case for our purposes. And I do love the different albums. It'll be interesting to see, you know, once we start to really expand our staff within our communities. So being able to go in and add a team member to your staff list, such as, you know, a memory care manager, a director of nursing, you know, a business office manager, someone who's there on the weekend that can also, you know, capture attendance, maybe snap a couple photos within the platform. So we can really get to a place now where we can start to add in some of those, you know, added support people and give them those specific permission that we'd want them to have. So do pay attention to what Erin mentioned about the permissions and, you know, being clear with what we give certain team members so they can just get in and do those simple things. But yeah, if y'all have questions, please speak now. I know I sent an email last night with a lot of new, or was that today? A lot of new calendar feedback, which I appreciate everyone taking the time to read that. I think once we get all the streamlined calendar best practices, you know, once we get in the habit, it'll be so much simpler. So thanks for taking the time to read through all of that. But yeah, y'all ask Erin anything you may have.
I'm going to show one other update that you may have already seen. But if you have questions, I mean, interrupt me. We'll go back to these areas. Happy to help. Inside of our communication area in announcements, we do have this new archive section. So I do want to make sure that you guys know how this works, what's going on here. It's pretty simple. You can check mark any of the boxes next to a announcement, sorry. And once you have it check mark, you just need to go up here to the top and hit archive. And then it will move into the archive section here. And all of these are going to be just a way to clean up your inbox. Oh, I've already read it. I'm going to move it into here. It's just a nice and easy way to clean things up. You can move it back to your inbox if you accidentally moved it there and you still need to read it. But it's just a way to, hey, I want to go here, archive them all. Just to make sure that you guys have something to clean it up, but they are not going to be deleted forever. We don't have that option. I don't know if we ever will, but we do have a way to clean up your inbox to make sure that you've read it. Those are our biggest updates. So please ask some questions. We have a whole new feature to that photo albums, your templates.
Oh, shit. Sorry. No one honked.
We
Oh.
heard that, whoever that was. Hope you're all right. But no, I think, Aaron, this is really helpful. A lot of us have really dove all the way into LifeLoop, and I really appreciate that. One of our Texas communities team, for example, they have 55 residents signed in. They've all got their profile photos. They're really functioning within the profile, with building their profiles and communicating with each other with messaging and things. And that's really exciting. So when we spend the time and energy kind of building that up and promoting it by using BombBomb and email campaigns, throwing a LifeLoop learning session on your calendars is always a great practice, so people can come and learn more about it and how the platform really benefits them as an app, as well as our connections. So please continue to work with your sales directors so that they can sort of promote that on the front end before our new residents move in. And, it's easier to get them when they're new because they think that that's just the standard. Oh yeah, let me download this app. Cool. Now I can see what's happening this day, message my friends and family. So I want to encourage everyone to really lean all the way into that, especially on the front end of when our residents join us. But this platform's been amazing so far. It's been 6 months of a much better use case for us. So thank you, Aaron and the LifeLoop team for this. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how everyone can implement these new things we've gotten a hold of here.
Awesome. Well, then I think that is all for today. Chelsea's going to send out the recording of this so you guys can rewatch it or share it with anybody that wasn't able to attend. I highly suggest rewatching as you are creating that August one, just so that you know, oh, this is exactly what I need to edit, again, just as a reminder. But they will be highlighted in red. So keep that in mind. We do have those warning symbols out there for you, but if you want to rewatch this when you're doing it, I do suggest it will be helpful. But otherwise, thank you guys all for joining today. Hope you have a good rest of your week. You're welcome.
Thanks, Aaron. Bye-bye.